What is up, guys? Yeah, Beast here, back at again with another video, and it's a reaction video. So, I've been watching this guy Weast for a while, and he did this video about green screening memes. So, I found the video that he did the green screen meme on. I'm going to be reacting to it. It's 18 minutes long. And it starts off by saying a warning, 18 plus, but I'm 14, so I'm going to break the rules, low gang style, but actually no low gang here, it's only Beast gang. Alright, hit it.
Warning, this video is intended for ponies 18 and over for strong sexual content, aka ponies fucking. If you can't handle clout, please click off this video now. Hello, and welcome to Spirit Cloud's dramatic fanfiction reading.
Okay guys, I'm sorry, I got this really weirdly taped up to my tripod here, but I'm gonna try to get it as close as the camera I can, so I might have to hold it weirdly. So yeah, let's hit it.
This is my first time ever doing a dramatic reading of any sort, and I decided to choose for this episode, the very first episode of my dramatic reading, a clout fic. Why? Because I got drunk as hell, and I kind of figured, why not? It's just fun to read clout. Without further ado, for your entertaining pleasure, here is Episode 1 of Spirit Cloud's dramatic
$2 speaker,
My
so
Little
bear with
Pony
me.
Friendship is Magic fanfiction reading. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
More Than Just a Game by Agent Cupcakes. Summary. It's an ordinary holiday weekend. Sweetie Belle is having a sleepover with Button Mash after some painful negotiations with Rarity. That night, however, Sweetie Belle wants to do something a little more than play video games.
Whoa, man.
Much more. Sweetie Belle and Button Mash were sitting in Button's room playing Mario Kart. It was a holiday weekend, and Rarity was more than willing to accept when Sweetie Belle asked if she could have a sleepover at Button's house. He had already cleared it with his mom, so the hard part was out of the way already.
Hard. Wait 1 second, guys. I want to see if my phone speaker is louder than this thing.
Come on, Sweetie Belle,
Way louder.
Button said as he passed Sweetie in the game. It's like you're not even trying tonight. Oh, I'm trying, Sweetie Belle said with an evil grin. Trying to give you this blue shell. Take this! Sweetie Belle smashed the fire button on her controller, sending the flying blue shell bomb right at Button's cart. Oh no! Button shouted. He was completely defenseless as his cart got bombed and Sweetie Belle passed him for the win.
This ain't fanfiction.
Yeah!
This is bullcrap.
Sweetie Belle shouted. How does second place taste, Button? Good game, Button said, doing his best not to sound angry. No pony beat him on his own games. No pony. Still, he could be a good sport about it if he tried. He had kicked Sweetie Belle's flank at least 100 times in the past anyway. This round was just a fluke. That was all. I guess you're getting better at
Just love the picture.
Hey, yeah, I am, Sweetie Belle said. But that doesn't mean you don't have room for improvement. Button looked down at his controller with a frown on his face as Sweetie Belle continued celebrating. After a few more seconds, Sweetie finally noticed that maybe she was taking things a little too far.
Little bit.
Oh, sorry, Button Mash. I guess I got carried away. Sweetie Belle sat down next to Button Mash and put her hoof around his shoulder.
For entertainment.
It's okay, Sweetie Belle, Button said. I'm sure I do the same thing all the time. Both ponies got a good laugh out of this. Just then, Button's mom poked her head into Button's room. It's 10 o'clock, kids, she said. Game's off, Lights out and hoof hills out from under the pillows. Oh, man, Button said. Aside to Sweetie Belle, he said, I wish sure I could keep those hidden from her. He then cantered over to his pillow and removed Joy Boy and Pony Station Portable.
Not Pony
Really,
Station Portable.
Button's mom said, what am I going to have to do to make sure you don't stay up all night on your video games?
Give me more money.
I wouldn't want to give you any ideas, Button said with a chuckle.
I love her
Mom
voices.
didn't
I
seem
don't
amused.
want to give you
The
any
mayor then turned
ideas.
to Sweetie Belle, who had already set up a sleeping bag. Are you sure you're comfortable sleeping on the floor, Sweetie Belle?
Yeah, I am.
Button's mom asked. We do have a guest room. That's all right, thanks.
I want to be
Sweetie
close
Belle
to
replied.
Button, man.
Some
Trying to get
ponies
some.
gotta stay in here and make sure Button stays off his games.
Button.
Hey! Button said as his mom and Sweetie Belle laughed. All right, Button's mom said. She then reached up and turned off the light. Good night, every
She's
pony.
a horse.
Night! Both young
Night.
ponies replied in unison. Button's mom smiled to herself and closed the door. Button Mash was getting into his bed when he looked over and noticed Sweetie Belle snuggling into her sleeping bag. Are you sure you're comfortable on the floor? He asked. I mean, if you want to come sleep on my bed with me, that would be all right.
Oh, man.
Sweetie Belle looked over at Button Mash with an expression not dissimilar to a deer who just heard a noise and was watching carefully to see if it
Button's
could
trying to get
figure out
something.
what had made such a mysterious sound. Really? Sweetie Belle asked. Yeah, Button replied. Why not? It looked like Sweetie Belle was thinking about something for a moment before she finally responded. Okay, that sounds good. Sweetie Belle then cantered over and hopped into Button's bed next to him. Cozy? Button asked. Yeah, Sweetie Belle said, looking up at Button Mash with the beadiest eyes she could manage. Well, good night, Button said before rolling over to face away from Sweetie Belle. What's with those beady eyes? Button thought to himself. It's like she's expecting me to do something. What kind of ulterior motive could I have for letting her sleep up here rather than in the sleeping bag? Button just shrugged this thought off and went to sleep. But he was quickly awoken by Sweetie Belle wrapping her hooves around him and snuggling up next to him.
Ooh.
Button sighed and smiled to himself before he rolled over and cuddled Sweetie Belle back. So, Button Mash, Sweetie Belle said. Button replied, half asleep. Is this your first sleepover? Yeah. Yours? Sweetie Belle paused for a moment before continuing. You know, Rarity has these kind of sleepovers all the time. Button Mash sat up a little and looked at Sweetie Belle.
I know Applejack.
Where are you going
She's my
with
favorite.
this? He asked. I'm just saying, Sweetie Belle said. I know, but saying what? Sweetie Belle sat up and faced at Button Mash. I've seen Rarity have a lot of sleepovers with other stallions. And I was wondering if maybe
I got Asians and stallions.
we'd try some of the things she does with them.
What does she do?
Button Mash nervously raised an eyebrow. What kind of things does she do with them?
What do they do, man?
I'll try to remember, Sweetie Belle said, rubbing her head for a moment. I think it starts like this. Sweetie Belle then leaned up to Button Mash and kissed him. Button's eyes were flung wide open in surprise, but he decided that he trusted Sweetie Belle, closed his eyes, and kissed her back. After a few seconds, Sweetie Belle pressed her lips upon his harder, trying to thrust her tongue into Button's mouth while wrapping her hooves around him. Button Mash was overcome with a strange feeling that he couldn't quite explain. He He wasn't thinking about this feeling for long before he realized he had his hooves around Sweetie Belle and had his tongue locked with hers. He tried to break free of the kiss and protest against what Sweetie Belle was doing, but the strange feeling, when he just plain couldn't explain, stopped him from doing so. Before Button Mash could do anything about it, he realized that his member was standing out and slapping around against Sweetie Belle's thighs. "Oh my gosh!" Button shouted with sheer embarrassment. He quickly pulled away from Sweetie Belle and turned away from her. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to." "No, wait," Sweetie Belle said.
This is ridiculous.
"This is another part of what happens when Rarity has her sleepovers."
Yeah, Rarity, she a hoe.
Really? Button Mash asked, still blushing from embarrassment. "Yes," Sweetie Belle said,
Rarity is
moving
a
herself
darn
closer
hoe.
to Button Mash. She
Yeah, she
then
done
reached
it.
down and
She done
placed her
do it.
hoof on Button's erect penis.
Okay.
Button Mash was
Let's play that part back again, please.
moving herself closer to Button Mash. She then reached down and placed her hoof on Button's erect penis.
This is so awkward. So since I made my YouTube channel, I made a pack where there wouldn't be too much bad words or too much like bad things happening. But when you say erect penis, I can't even more.
Button Mash wasn't sure what she was doing, but he didn't feel entirely comfortable with it. Still, though, a strange feeling. What was it? Whatever it was, it intensified when Sweetie Belle began stroking his member.
See, she goes to
quiet
member,
moans
penis,
from
member.
Button
What?
Mash. "Sweetie Belle," Button moaned. "What are you doing?" "I'm doing what I always see Rarity do at her sleepovers."
Cause she a hoe.
Sweetie replied with a grin. "I know it seems weird, but trust me, every time I listen to them, it seems like Rarity and the stallion she has over have a good time." Okay," Button said as Sweetie Belle ceased stroking him. "So then, what happens next?" Sweetie Belle racked her brain to try to remember what happened next. I think it's this part next." Sweetie Belle then grabbed Button Mash and positioned him to where he was standing over her. She laid on her back and spread her legs. "What now?" Button asked, his whole body being overcome with that strange feeling once again. "I think you're supposed to put that," Sweetie Belle indicated Button's member, "in here." Sweetie then indicated her pussy.
I gotta check if I'm filming again, I swear to God. Oh God. Oh. Try that next part without laughing.
"Put that," Sweetie Belle indicated Button's member, "in here." Sweetie then indicated her pussy, which was wide open and throbbing. Button Mash looked down at the space between the two ponies. Some invisible force, that feeling again, was urging him to lower himself. He wasn't sure why he was resisting, though. That feeling felt so good. He wanted more of it, and he could tell by looking into Sweetie Belle's eyes that she was possessed by that same feeling. "Okay," Button said, still unsure of what was going on. He carefully lowered himself until his member tapped Sweetie Belle's outer lips. Sweetie Belle shivered with pleasure as this happened, and Button had a similar reaction. "Please," Sweetie Belle said almost in a pant, "do that again." Button looked into Sweetie Belle's eyes. The feeling from before was stronger than ever in both ponies. Button couldn't settle for tapping the outer edge of it. He had to know what the whole thing felt like. He grunted softly as he slid all the way inside of her.
Oh, is this?
Sweetie moaned softly as Button went into her. Her pussy squeezed Button and leaked hot juices that Button could feel all around his member. He recoiled out slowly, but that strange feeling combined with Sweetie Belle's pleading eyes urged him back inside. He thrust in once again. Only this time, Sweetie Belle's juices slid around his member, making his thrust easier than before. He slid out once again, and Sweetie Belle whimpered slightly, almost inaudible. But it was enough to let Button know she wanted more. He slid in once again, causing her to moan quietly, her juices still sliding around his member. Some outside or internal force compelled him into a pattern of in and out, and he enjoyed every moment of it. He could tell she could as well. Eventually, the only sound that could be heard in the room was wet slaps and quiet moans. Button continued his pattern of in and out, while Sweetie Belle hugged him tighter. Her whole body
This girl
shook
must have
as
been
he
drunker
continued back
than
in.
you can ever get.
After a while, Button felt this strange feeling welling up inside of him. It felt like that feeling from before, only at its peak. It needed release. At the same time, Sweetie Belle moaned loudly. Her vagina contracted around Button's penis, and she shot cum all over Button's thighs and on his bed. That was it. Button couldn't contain that feeling any longer. He went as far into Sweetie Belle as he could, before blowing his hot seed inside of her, loudly moaning along with Sweetie Belle all the while. His cum leaked out the sides as it filled her love cave, causing a little more of a mess on his bed. The two ponies didn't care about that, though. All they cared about was the pure love they felt for each other at that moment. Button pulled out of Sweetie Belle and collapsed next to her, panting. She was panting as well. "Thank you, Button Mash," Sweetie Belle said between breaths. "Why are you thanking me?" Button asked. "It was my pleasure." Both ponies giggled at this. "So how's that for your first sleepover?" Sweetie Belle asked, still chuckling.
Freaking good, man.
"I'm thinking we schedule another one as soon as we can."
What?
Button replied with a smile
Her
on his
voice
face.
cracked.
He then leaned over and gave Sweetie Belle a kiss on the forehead. "Good night, Sweetie Belle." "Good night, Button Mash," Sweetie replied.
Good night, baby.
Button didn't hear this, though. He had already passed out and was sound asleep, dreaming about Sweetie Belle and all that had just happened, and that strange feeling. "Love," Button thought subconsciously. "That must be the feeling. That mysterious feeling. Love. I'm in love." Button continued thinking of that word through his dreams. That beautiful word. Love. Around 2 in the morning, Button's mom went in to check on the two ponies. They were fast asleep, snuggled up next to each other in Button's bed. "Young love," she thought as she smiled to herself. "I'm so glad he's finally found some pony." She then quietly closed the door and walked back to her room. "I'm just glad she isn't old enough to get pregnant yet."
Whoa, Mom!
Thank you for listening to my very first dramatic reading.
That was
Hopefully I'll
more
be
than
doing
dramatic.
more of these in the future. And
Don't do
I'll
more.
have the
How about
editing a little better. I just realized that I
was
edited
not
it
better
a
at
little
all.
choppy there at the end. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
No, I'm not gonna
Just let me
forgive
know
you.
down in the
That
comments
was
what you like,
really
didn't like, or if you have any suggestions for any fan fictions that I could read.
no.
This
No.
is Spirit Cloud saying, fly high.
Oh God, no! Don't fly. Oh God. Oh. What? I'm gonna have to put 18 plus in the title. I can tell you that much right now. That was one of the most craziest things I have ever listened to on YouTube. And I watch Shane Dawson's creepy videos, and those are really creepy. That was more creepy than Shane Dawson, I can tell you that much right now. So, they talked a lot about the hoe Destiny. So let me go check out Destiny. Destiny, My Little Pony. Let's see here.
Here are some pictures that match.
Images. Oh, gotta go cool. Oh, here's. I don't know, but it's just a lot of crappy pictures. I think I think that's rainbow. No, I think that's the hoe. I'm done. That. What? Church songs, literally. Church songs. Oh God, I need Jesus. I need Jesus. I need Jesus back. Oh. Skip to the middle, please. That was funny. That was scary. That was cringy. That was not funny, scary, or all that. It was just overall cringe. It was like there was a bomb. Cringe bomb. Cringe. I'm done. I'm going to link down below the original video so you guys can watch it for yourself. If you want, record it and put it for the Eli the Beast challenge, which that'd be kind of cool. But you know, guys, I just love Minecraft. If you guys can get me some Minecraft fan fiction, I will go nuts. I'm not even kidding. If you guys can write down in the comments like Minecraft fan fiction, I would love that. Don't put My Little Pony, because I swear to God, I'm done. So yeah, I'll read it, and I'll react to it, of me reading it. I don't know anymore. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, leave it down below. And I need to finish this video. I rhyme right there. I rhyme all the time. I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. So like always, guys, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in my next video. And the next video will be 18 minus, because it would not be this sexual. That was, oh God.